In our fast-paced, always-on culture, sleep is often undervalued. Many people wear sleep deprivation as some kind of badge of honor, equating less sleep with greater productivity or commitment. But science and experience tell a different story. Getting a good night of sleep is not just a luxury, it's a biological necessity. From improving mental clarity and emotional well-being, to strengthening the immune system and even helping with weight control, quality sleep is foundational to overall health. Well, hi, I'm Ruben from RespShop.com. We've provided solutions to over 1 million people for one of the biggest contributors to sleep deprivation, a condition called sleep apnea. More on that and how it might be a treatable factor contributing to your sleep problems later. Because I first want to explain the science behind sleep problems and why they shouldn't be ignored. I'm going to do this by looking at 7 specific areas of life that can be negatively impacted by sleep deprivation: cognitive functioning, mental health, physical health, weight management, productivity, aging, and relationships. That's quite a list, which explains why getting a good night of sleep is so important for everyone. 1. Cognitive functioning. One of the most immediate and noticeable benefits of a good night's sleep is improved cognitive function. Sleep plays a vital role in attention, problem solving, and decision making. When we sleep, the brain doesn't just shut down. It processes information from the day, sorts memories, and strengthens neural connections. This consolidation of memory is essential for learning new skills and retaining information, as studies have shown that people who get adequate sleep perform better on memory tests and learning exercises compared to those who are sleep deprived. 2. Mental health. Sleep is intimately tied to emotional regulation. During deep sleep, especially during the rapid eye movement or REM stage, the brain processes emotions and helps us cope with emotional challenges. A good night's rest can make the difference between a calm response and a meltdown in the face of stress. Conversely, sleep deprivation is linked to mood swings, irritability, anxiety, and depression. In fact, many mental health conditions such as anxiety disorders and depression are both caused by and contributors to poor sleep. Treating sleep issues is increasingly seen as a crucial component of improving psychological well-being overall. And we've done a longer video on the link between sleep deprivation and mental health that you can find linked in the card above me and in the description below. 3. Physical health. Sleep is not just important for the mind, it's critical for physical health as well. During sleep, the body engages in essential maintenance work, tissue repair, muscle growth, and the release of hormones that regulate growth and appetite. A well-rested body also has a stronger immune system, as sleep helps the immune system recognize and respond to pathogens. Even a single night of insufficient sleep can reduce the effectiveness of immune cells, making the body more susceptible to infections like the common cold or a flu. Moreover, sleep deprivation is associated with an increased risk of chronic health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. These conditions can often be traced to the psychological stress that sleep deprivation places on the body over time. Not good. 4. Weight management. Sleep affects hormones that control appetite, namely ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin signals hunger, while leptin signals satisfaction. When you're sleep deprived, ghrelin levels rise and leptin levels fall, making you feel hungrier than usual and less satisfied after eating. This hormonal imbalance can lead to overeating and eventually weight gain. Poor sleep alters insulin sensitivity, which can disrupt the body's ability to regulate blood sugar. Over time, this can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Getting regular, high-quality sleep helps keep your metabolism stable and supports healthier eating habits. It's a must. 5. Productivity. There's a common misconception that sleeping less allows you to get more done. But in reality, chronic sleep deprivation significantly diminishes productivity. It leads to slower reaction times, impaired judgment, decreased concentration, and more frequent errors. You may be awake for more hours, but the quality of your work and your ability to stay focused suffers. A good night's sleep restores alertness and enhances performance, whether you're working a desk job, operating machinery, or engaging in creative pursuits. So if the boss complains about you sleeping on the job, give him the science. I'm just kidding. Don't actually do that. 6. Aging. Sleep may even play a role in how well and how long you live. Poor sleep has been linked to a shorter lifespan and an increased risk of age-related diseases. Quality sleep contributes to the regulation of inflammation, supports cardiovascular health, and maintains proper cellular function, all of which are important for aging gracefully. Additionally, sleep affects the skin. During deep sleep, the body increases blood flow to the skin and rebuilds collagen, which can lead to a more youthful appearance. Chronic sleep deprivation, on the other hand, contributes to wrinkles, dark circles, and a dull complexion. I guess that's something else you can blame on the kids then. 7. Relationships. Finally, getting enough rest can improve your social life and your relationships. When you're well rested, you're more patient, empathetic, and emotionally available. Sleep deprivation can lead to miscommunications, irritability, and conflict in personal and professional relationships. Studies show that couples who sleep poorly are more likely to argue and less likely to resolve conflicts effectively. On the flip side, quality sleep supports emotional intelligence and a more positive attitude, both of which are essential for healthy relationships. And we all need those. Okay, so that was a lot of information. But what does this all mean for you? Well, the bottom line is that a good night's sleep is one of the most effective, natural ways to support your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It's free, it's readily available, and it's profoundly impactful. But how do you find out what's causing your sleep deprivation and make a change? Well, there might be lifestyle factors involved. Perhaps you're working too long or too hard, or maybe you have young children that just won't go to sleep. Speaking from experience here. Now, some of these may be things that you can change, and there are habits you can develop that improve your sleep, like creating a consistent sleep routine, minimizing screen time before bed, and fostering a restful environment. But sometimes the problem is related to a sleep condition. And one of the most common sleep conditions is also one of the most undiagnosed. Yes, I'm talking about sleep apnea. If you're experiencing the symptoms of sleep deprivation I've just talked about, and if you can't think of any particular reason why, then you may have undiagnosed sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a condition that causes your airway to close during sleep, which results in brief but regular periods of waking that interrupt your sleeping pattern, but not enough for you to remember in the morning. The good news is that sleep apnea is easy to test for and can be treated effectively with CPAP therapy. If you think you might have sleep apnea, then click the link in the description to learn more and get started with your at-home sleep study today. If you test positive, we can then suggest therapy options for you that match your doctor's prescription. Or if you know you have sleep apnea and are finding CPAP therapy less effective than you had hoped, don't give up. There are so many ways to improve outcomes by following best practices. We have loads of videos with tips and information about best CPAP practices on this channel, so subscribe and binge watch a bit to give your therapy a boost. Or send us a DM on our Instagram or Facebook page to get some advice on what might help improve your outcomes. But whatever it is that is getting in the way of you and that good night's sleep, with all of its positive health benefits, we at RespShop hope you can track it down and give it the boot. After all, we all need to be able to sleep tight. Bye-bye for now.